In this episode, we will talk about the 10 things that terrify and greatly disturb narcissists, which may cause them stress and anxiety if you do any of them. First, narcissists fear neglect. Firstly, narcissists fear neglect. Since they love to be the center of attention and focus, they feel sadness and depression when they perceive a sudden decrease in attention towards them. They want everyone around them to revolve around and support them, praising them all the time. They consider themselves the center of the universe and believe others are merely servants to cater to their needs and desires. When a narcissist feels that attention and focus are diminishing, even if it's minor, they experience fatigue and frustration and are significantly affected. The toxic and sick nature of narcissistic personality makes them always feel like they are the most important in others' lives and that they should be treated differently than anyone else. Narcissists suffer from an excessive sense of entitlement, believing they deserve everything and should receive everything without giving anything in return. And when they do give something, it's only for their personal gain, without considering others. Furthermore, narcissists don't give anything without expecting something in return, requiring them to gain a specific benefit in exchange. They don't care about what they can offer to others without a return, as everything they do is for their personal benefit only. The second thing that terrifies narcissists is having their secrets revealed. The second thing that terrifies narcissists is having their secrets revealed. They live in their own world because they realize they are liars and that they lie in everything they do. The major issue for narcissists is that if one of their secrets is revealed, others will know that they are liars, and this will be extremely difficult for the narcissist, causing them distress and tension. Narcissists are very careful to have their own secrets, and they don't disclose their intentions in any way. Even the simplest details of their lives, they prefer not to reveal. Due to the narcissist's nature and their life based on lies and deceit, they fear greatly the exposure of their lies. They are very keen on maintaining their false image, which they use to deceive people that they are not contaminated. If their lies are exposed, it would tarnish this image. Once the narcissist knows that their victim or someone else has uncovered one of their secrets, it causes them extreme fear and panic. The third thing that terrifies narcissists greatly is the revelation of their true nature by their victim or someone in their surroundings. If someone discovers the narcissist's psychological disorder and illness, it would be a huge catastrophe for the narcissist, completely shattering their life. Narcissists are highly focused on doing whatever they want to their victim or people around them. They act innocent while depriving others of their rights and mistreating them, without even considering that they are the ones causing harm. Narcissists strive to destroy their victim and cause harm without them realizing it. The victim does not grasp that the narcissist is responsible for this. If others learn the destructive truth about the narcissist, they would distance themselves and escape to protect themselves. This is something the narcissist cannot tolerate at all. The fear that the narcissist cannot endure is their victim knowing the truth about them and realizing that they are narcissistic. The narcissist doesn't even admit to themselves that they have a psychological problem or that they are abnormal. So, how can they accept someone confronting them with this harsh truth? Even if the narcissist someday realizes that they have a mental illness, they will revolt against it and completely deny it. They will resist any treatment because they refuse to acknowledge their illness and instead accuse everyone around them of being the ones with mental issues, while portraying themselves as the healthy and normal individuals. Often, people ask whether narcissists intentionally harm them and whether they are aware of causing harm. The answer is yes, the narcissist is well aware of their actions because they have a clear understanding of their own truth. However, they refuse to admit it. Therefore, never assume that a narcissist apologizes or even needs therapy because they simply don't want to acknowledge their need for it and continue in their ways. We can never sympathize with someone who refuses to change and continues to harm people and victims without any remorse. The narcissist is not insane, so we cannot excuse or say that they won't be held accountable for their actions. They suffer from a psychological disorder and are well aware of their condition, yet they persist without any compassion. We must understand that a narcissist is not just mentally ill, but a person who knows their own truth, fully aware of their actions, and unwilling to change or seek treatment. Therefore, we must approach narcissists cautiously and not fall into the trap of false sympathy, as they continue to harm others without any remorse. Furthermore, another thing that frightens narcissists is being abandoned, ignored, or rejected, causing them to fear isolation. A significant issue for narcissists is that they feel terrified if they are ignored or excluded. Narcissists are accustomed to being the ones who leave others and expect others to be the ones to part from them. They do not anticipate being ignored or excluded. Furthermore, narcissists heavily rely on others for self-gratification and emotional nourishment. They cannot live on their own or without depending on someone else. Therefore, narcissists are very keen on maintaining relationships with others and relying on them. Narcissists are generally involved in multiple relationships. They strive to sustain connections with as many individuals as possible to avoid losing anyone and relying on another person. Nevertheless, ignoring or excluding a narcissist can cause them extreme fear and distress, especially if they have lost someone they consider important and cannot find a substitute. For a narcissist, not being able to retain anyone can adversely affect their emotions and mental state. The idea of separating from others induces anxiety, tension, and fear within them. This is because they perceive themselves as the center of the universe and cannot imagine living without others around them. A narcissist never abandons their victim, even if anything happens. They rely on their victim as a source of emotional nourishment and energy, and they cannot exist without them. Consequently, narcissists exert great effort to maintain their relationship with the victim and do not contemplate leaving them, even if problems or conflicts arise between them. If a narcissist loses their source of emotional nourishment, whether due to separating from their victim or any other reason, their mental state becomes incredibly challenging and frightening. They heavily depend on this source and cannot function without it. When a narcissist abandons their victim, they might do so as a form of punishment, but not always permanently, as they require multiple sources for their emotional nourishment and cannot rely on just one person. Consequently, they keep their victim as is, yet simultaneously seek alternative sources of emotional nourishment to maintain their mental health and well-being. If a narcissist is left by their victim, it might seem to them that they are living normally and unaffected by the absence. However, this is not true, as they feel pain and frustration internally, yet they conceal it from others. This is because they consider themselves the center of the universe and do not want to reveal their weakness or their inability to be self-reliant. The next thing that dreads narcissists the most is committing to something specific. The next thing that terrifies narcissists greatly is committing to something specific. After committing to something, narcissists become extremely exhausted and frightened. The feeling of commitment and responsibility generates tension and anxiety within them. Since narcissists engage in relationships solely for personal gain or a particular objective, it is difficult for them to commit to any natural relationship, such as marriage, as they need freedom and flexibility in their behavior. Even in ordinary relationships, narcissists' behaviors are not normal, they are unusual and entirely unfamiliar. They enjoy embarking on adventures and new experiences without considering the negative consequences that may arise from them. The greatest annoyance for narcissists comes when they are forced to commit to something specific, whether it's a commitment in a relationship or in daily life. They feel restricted and disciplined, which they find dull and discouraging. It can be said that any attempt to impose commitment on narcissists will likely fail. They cannot endure any kind of pressure or constraints, which can result in much pain and frustration for them. Ultimately, dealing with narcissists requires caution and refraining from attempting to force them into anything. Instead, allowing them the freedom and choice in matters they desire is more appropriate. The next thing that greatly terrifies a narcissist is being insulted or belittled. The next thing that terrifies the narcissist greatly is being insulted or belittled. Actions involving insults or diminishing the narcissist's value are among the most detrimental to them. The narcissist views themselves as a legend and an important figure, so anything that insults their personality or affects their worth makes them feel humiliated and shattered. Any action containing insults or devaluation of the narcissist's worth can swiftly lead to their destruction. The person is subjected to a great deal of pressure and anxiety. It's important to note that the narcissist's reaction to such actions is extremely strong and can lead to anger and negative behaviors. It's crucial to mention that a narcissist does not backtrack on their ideas or admit any mistakes, and they don't allow anyone to unveil the mask they wear. Therefore, caution is necessary when dealing with a narcissist and considering their reactions. In normal relationship conflicts, it's expected to happen in any relationship and may result in cutting ties. However, in the case of a narcissist, they always seek revenge and the destruction of anyone they perceive as having insulted them or diminished their value. They deal with these conflicts in a clever and premeditated manner. The narcissist's reactions are marked by extreme intelligence. They meticulously plan these responses before executing them, so you should be mindful of this before taking any action related to the narcissist. You should be aware of their reactions and deal with them appropriately to avoid causing further harm. The narcissist is characterized by not admitting any mistakes and not retracting from their held beliefs, regardless of their accuracy or fallacy. They won't let their mask be unveiled. Therefore, caution is necessary when dealing with a narcissist to avoid offending them. The narcissist greatly fears confronting their mistakes in front of others, as they see it as an insult to their personality and a reduction of their value. Therefore, it's important to avoid confronting them about any mistakes they may have made and to handle them respectfully and appropriately to prevent any new harm. What terrifies the narcissist greatly afterward is becoming attached to or loving someone. The narcissist's love or attachment to someone makes that person strongly attached to them, enabling the narcissist to easily control and manipulate them. The narcissist sees attachment as a weakness that puts them under the control of others. As a result, they always strive to avoid attachment and refrain from feeling any compassion or connection to anyone. If a narcissist loves or becomes attached to someone, they cannot seek revenge or destroy them because they lack any form of empathy and remain unaffected by the collapse that might affect the other person. Additionally, the narcissist fears feeling love or attachment to someone, as they dread the possibility of being abandoned and left in a vulnerable state. It's important to remember that a narcissist always seeks control and manipulation, and they may exploit any relationship or attachment to achieve their goals. Therefore, caution is necessary when dealing with a narcissist and avoiding any form of attachment to them. Love is a point of weakness for the narcissist, and they are careful to eliminate any weaknesses in their personality that could be exploited against them. The narcissist believes that everyone is trying to harm or damage them, leading them to act aggressively towards anyone who interacts with them. It's difficult for a narcissist to love or feel attached to someone, as it's considered a point of weakness and makes them lose control. If you sense that a narcissist loves you, it's very challenging, and often it's merely a facade to gain your attention and control you. Beware of anyone attempting to control you or take advantage of you in any way, and handle the narcissist with caution while avoiding getting entangled with them. Remember that a narcissist considers themselves the most important and constantly seeks control and manipulation. Therefore, it's crucial to avoid becoming attached to them and deal with them carefully to prevent any further harm. The next thing a narcissist dreads most is old age or getting old. The next thing that terrifies the narcissist greatly is aging or growing old. For the narcissist, one of the most frightening things is the process of aging, as it signifies weakness and susceptibility to illnesses that might affect their control and power. The narcissist feels extreme fear of losing control over their surroundings and expects others to treat them in a manner that befits their perceived superiority. An aging narcissist experiences fear and anxiety regarding relationships and interactions with others. They expect attention, empathy, and understanding regarding their situation, while simultaneously fearing any form of mistreatment or neglect. The narcissist constantly questions how they will be treated or how others will interact with them. The narcissist feels an intense fear of solitude and remaining alone. Therefore, they continuously strive to maintain control and manipulate the people around them. This fear intensifies as the narcissist ages, as they anticipate being abandoned and isolated. As a narcissist ages, they face significant challenges, feeling fear and anxiety about the future and social relationships. Therefore, it's important to approach them with empathy and attempt to provide a sense of security and comfort. Thank you very much for your support. If you found this content helpful, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you for helping to share this message with those who can benefit from it.